we were talking about fan art for
Yeah.
a reason.
Yeah.
How does I Lie Popeye come about?
Yeah. No. Again, easy stuff. Easy stuff. I'm like, what if, who could hang with? I think One Punch Man had already come out. It was a huge fan of that. I'm like, what would make more sense though?
Mhm.
If Goku, Dragon Ball Z, actually crossed over with Popeye, that actually makes more sense. And so I did the fan piece with, Popeye and Goku as though they had already finished their battle. So
Uh,
their clothes are already exploded off, but they're just laughing. And that one went viral. I did it probably 2 years before it went viral. Someone shared it on the official Dragon Ball Z Facebook page. They didn't tag me, so I didn't know it went viral, but it had tens of thousands of likes on it, right?
mm,
The people that own the rights to Popeye saw that on Facebook.
mhm.
Didn't know who I was. Shared it on their Twitter. It went viral again on Twitter. Still didn't tag me because they didn't know who I was.
Mhm.
Someone in the comments tagged me, and so then Alex, the person that does the social media for King Features,
Mm.
he was like, "Oh, click," and looked me up and said, "Hey, love your work, man. Love what you did with the Goku and Popeye thing. How would you feel about doing a few pages of a Popeye comic?" And I'm like, "Yes, and yes. You say let's do it."
Mm.
But I was like, "Who's gonna write it?" He was like, "Well, we read your fan fiction about Popeye and this, that, and we looked at all your other fan fictions, and he's like, we thought you could write it." I was like, "That's funny because I can write it. Let's go ahead and do it." So super, super, super cool. Like really, really, probably one of the most, I guess, exciting dream projects.
Mhm.
Because who thinks that doing a fan fiction leads to, I'm like I said earlier, I'm not doing it for anybody else.
Mhm.
This was for me as a fan saying, what would be dope? And then I share it. Never, the 2 years went by. I was on other stuff. I was on other fan fictions, working on all. And then to have that come back and land on my lap, like, oh my gosh, yes.
Mhm.
For real, for real? You want me to, what parameters do I have? There's like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, oh, yeah, I didn't talk to the wrong one. I said, you're going to have to reel me in now. So, but they were amazingly flexible. They were open-minded. And I pitched something, that I felt would be cool and they were worried actually. That was actually the funniest thing. And I had to be like, what's the problem? There are hardcore, diehard Popeye fans, man.
Absolutely.
And they do not want anybody messing up that character, dude. Yeah. So my Popeye doesn't look, if you zoom in, my Popeye's anatomy looks different. He looks, not like cartoonish. Like he has muscles. He actually has, appropriate muscles. But as a fan, I'm like, I want it to feel attractive. I want it to feel good. I want it to feel contemporary, but I still want it to feel like Popeye.
Yeah.
And if I fail at that, I deserve all the hate.
Mm-hmm.
But only thing that I did was I tweaked Olive to look a little bit more attractive. A little bit, but she still has all of the, her little noodle arms and everything else. So yeah, but it was fantastic. It's been a wonderful experience. They have been the most phenomenal clients I think I've ever could ask for taking a character that's this old.
Yeah.
And then let them taking off their hands to say, be creative with it. I couldn't have asked for a better company to do that for. So it's been really, really rewarding because what I have planned for I Lie, man, is probably the most ambitious project I've ever written.
Mm-hmm.
Because if for people that don't know, Popeye didn't eat spinach in the comic strip.
Mm-hmm.
There was no spinach that he ate in the comic strip. He didn't pop, it's time to fight when he pops some spinach. That wasn't in the comic strip at all. Mm-hmm. But, things like the Jeep, that was there. So the writer breaks down fourth dimensional beings in the comic strip. and it's trying to explain why this little thing is able to pop in and out of reality. And I'm like, yo, black and white comic strips with fourth dimensional beings in it. And so that ended up in the cartoon, but they put spinach in the cartoon and all. That's what a lot of people know. But I'm trying to pay homage to the little complexities as well as what everyone knows about Popeye.
Right.
And then I'm trying to put my little spin on it. So it's going to be some cool stuff, man.
Man, so I lie. I thought it was a one shot.
Yeah.
What's the story? Like, how does I Lie now become a 4-issue mini?
Well, see, I'm trying not to tell all that business. I don't know what I have clearance to say. What I can say is, without getting any clearance, is that again, they started giving me slack and letting me come up with stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, dude, this could just be the beginning. Like, I would, if people like it, is what I said. If fans like it, I want to leave it at a point where the fans can request more, and then if they like it, then we can keep going. That was a part of the conversation early on, because they were like, if people hate it, we just go, escort you over here and protect you and make sure nobody comes with pitchforks. But if they like it, the goal was to say, well, what happens? What happens if they like it? Do you have more to tell? I'm like, oh, absolutely. As a fan of Popeye and as a fan of anime, because the goal was to make some, to me, I think Popeye, the cartoon, was our generation's Dragon Ball Z. We just didn't know any better. So he's fighting in every episode. So I'm like, if you pair this up with traditional manga and anime, dude, the storyline is easy.
Right.
Popeye has a whole bunch of, stuff that he can fight, he can go through. And the thing I love about Japanese writers and directors is they understand character development probably better than anybody in the world. That's why they're at the top of the industry. Did you know Disney Plus added an anime section? I didn't know that.
I did not know that.
It's on there. I was just talking to my kids, like, why is Netflix throwing money at anime and Disney Plus is over here not throwing money at it? They added an anime section to Disney Plus. I didn't know that. But for the right reasons. It is on top of the industry right now.
Yeah.
Anime is undisputed. Kids know it. Young ladies, men, children, whatever. It's at the top. You can't beat it. But it's because they understand character development, they understand writing, they understand stories. And I'm talking about stories that span 1,000 episodes.
Right.
So they have enough content to where they can wear that crown because of all of the work they've done. So I'm trying to, as a student of their work and an admirer of their technique, I'm saying, dude, apply that to Popeye. What you talking about? That's easy. And I think One Punch did a great job of taking the bizarre and funny nature of a character that can do anything, and then putting it in a quality package, saying with dope animation and dope action and dope this. So yeah, it's to me it's really easy. So if you look at what can happen in a storyline like that, it's just look at anime and then say put Popeye in that. And see what I'm a huge fan of Dragon Ball Z too. So
yeah,
it ain't nothing for me to keep going. If you let me keep going, I'm gonna come up with some crazy stuff. So